Okay, so this is your demo video for how to make a loom for our weaving project. So for this, you're going to need the base for your loom. You're going to need some 1-inch pieces of cardboard that will be your spacers to give rise to your loom for your warp threads. You're going to need some string, a pencil, some scissors, a ruler, and you will also need a hot glue gun as well. So I have already done a couple of the things that you are going to need to do. One of the things that you are going to need to do is you are going to need to measure from the edge in 1/2 inch. Now remember that you want to measure on both sides and then draw a line across so that you don't end up with a slanted edge. So you're going to measure 1/2 inch inward for each end. And you're going to make a line. That's going to be your guide tool so you know how far to cut and also where to put these little pieces of cardboard. Then you're going to take your ruler and you're going to measure every 1/4 of an inch. You're going to make a line on both ends of your loom. These are going to be the places that you are going to cut. So see, I have already done that just for the sake of time for our demonstration. But now I have these little teeth so that I can weave my loom. Okay? So now I need to make my spacers. So I've measured in a 1/2 inch, gone a 1/4 inch increments all the way across, and cut my teeth. So now I'm going to make my spacers. So I'm going to set this aside so it's out of my way. I'm going to take my spacers. You're going to take 4 1-inch pieces of cardboard. And I am going to hot glue these together. So my hot glue gun's been heating up. So it's nice and ready. So I'm just going to put a nice little bead of hot glue down the middle. And I'm going to glue these together like so. And I'm going to do the other one. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stack this on top here and push my pieces together, just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my loom base here and, oh, it stuck to me. And I'm going to hot glue right here just along this edge. Okay, right up against that line that I made for my guide on how deep to cut. I'm going to take my little spacer and I'm going to glue my spacer so that it's just a little bit over that line that I made. Just a little bit. And I'm going to turn it because that's easier for me. And I'm going to add some more hot glue to this side. You don't need a ton, just a good little bead. Take the spacer, set it down, and like I said before, just a smidge, like 2 millimeters over where that line is. You just want to have just a little bit of overlap. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, and this might seem a little bit weird, but I promise it'll make sense later. I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm just going to put a little bead right here, just right along this edge, right in that corner where my spacer meets my teeth. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Be careful not to burn yourself. The reason that we are going to do this is because when we prep our loom and put our warp string on, having that little bit of hot glue right there will help really grab that string and really hold it in place so that it doesn't move. Okay, so now I have my loom. So now I'm ready to load it. So I'm actually going to set it off to the side. I'm going to grab my string that I'm going to use, and I'm going to go ahead and get it ready. So first thing I'm going to do is I like to start by creating a slip knot. So let's go over what a slip knot looks like. You're going to take your tail, pinch it between your pointer finger and your thumb, wrap it around your finger so that it crisscrosses like this. Pull your finger out, push the long tail through that loop that you just made, and pull. See, now I have a slip knot that I can just pull right out. So again, grab the tail, wrap it around your pointer finger so that it crisscrosses, pull your pointer finger out, push the long tail through, hold onto this tail again, and pull. Okay? So now I'm going to come back to my loom, double check and make sure I'm dry. Yep, I'm dry. Now I'm going to pick where I want to start. I personally, since I'm right-handed, I like to start and go left to right. If you're left-handed, you might decide it's more natural to go right to left. But I am going to start, and I'm going to pull this thread right over this first little tooth here. And I'm just going to pull it nice and tight around that first tooth. So now I'm going to take my thread that I've got here, and I'm going to pull it through the, oh, I just broke it. Let's try that again. Not very helpful if I break it, huh? Okay. Just goes to show that even teachers make mistakes sometimes. Okay. So, pull that knot nice and tight. Pull it through your tooth. You're going to come down all the way to the first spot. Now, your natural inclination is probably going to be to just wrap it like this. You don't want to do that because that's going to waste a bunch of thread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go behind this second tooth. And you want to really make sure that you kind of shimmy that guy down there, right up against that hot glue bead that you made. And then I'm going to come back down. And I'm going to go in between the second and the third. And then again, around the back of that tooth. Straight down. Around the back of the tooth. Okay, so here I am at the end. Obviously, this being attached is not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to disconnect my piece here. I'm going to flip it over to the back. I'm going to wrap it around that last tooth so that I have a nice little loop. Push it through. Pull it tight. I'm going to do it again. Wrap it around. Keep the loop. Push it through. Pull it tight. Okay? Cut off your excess. And now you have a loom that you can weave for your practice version or for your final version, depending on what you're doing. Okay.